Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gamestack Podcast right here on We Just Love Games Network. I am your co-host, Vendertron. Joining us this evening, as always, is Shalene. Hello, Shalene.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm here. I made it here. I quit my job.
Hey, that's
Congrats.
good
Congrats.
thing.
It was, because I accepted another job. So the new one should pay more, and it's a promotion. So, and I know the boss there. He's a good guy. So he is my old cool millennial boss from this
Nice.
place. So
Nice. We also have
Wonderful.
Rick. We also have Rick
Congrats.
joining us this evening.
Hello.
Rick.
Hi.
Now, I understand that you guys did a podcast last week.
Yes.
was it last? I don't think it was last.
No, it
week.
was 2 weeks
before?
ago because last week Vendor was gone, so we didn't do we didn't do TFS, which we have some people going, "Hey, what happened?"
Yes, I answered
Life,
a couple
boo-boo.
messages like,
Life.
"Sorry, we'll be
Yeah.
back. I swear."
Yeah.
But no, it was 2 weeks ago we did a Gamestack. And I forget like why. Not that I forget why we did it. I just forget why you asked me. I forget what it was. Was it something special that happened?
No, just vendor was gone, and I didn't want to do it by myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
yeah.
Okay, I could
yeah, vendor's been gone for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
been
it's
on
been
for a
a
while.
it's been a very long.
Yeah,
I'm very tired.
I've missed you. I started to worry that it was like when my dad went to the store for cigarettes. I want to do it by myself and never came back.
No.
Starting to worry.
Mm.
But
Nice.
you
no.
can redeem yourself. There's something that I've been hoping for all day. Vendor, will you say Rick in the Igor voice?
Rick.
It's my
Wow.
favorite thing. Thank you.
I forgot about that.
It's been
Rick.
so long.
Rick. Hey, Rick. Oh.
It is good to be back.
Yeah, it's nice to have the three of us on the show. It's kind of crazy that you've done more GameStack episodes this month than I have.
Well, I am trying to be here a little bit more.
Mhm.
So, and
I think it's great. I think
sometimes
it's
it
great.
works out, sometimes it doesn't.
And I mean, you're always, of course, welcome. And we keep bugging you to come
Try.
back and actually, permanently do the show
Mhm.
again with us. So,
Yeah, it's
and I've said this before to Shalene. It's like trying to get a squirrel to eat nuts out of your hand, right? You have to be
I
very
love me
patient.
some nuts,
Very patient,
no,
Shalene.
No, it's Fridays are so unpredictable at my job. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
insane. Like, what was it? I don't know if I told you guys this, but like it was like a couple like weeks ago, and we were already there at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and they're like, "Hey, new thing just popped up. Got to be ready for tomorrow. Is anybody there?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're here." So we started working on it, and like an hour later, they're like, "Never mind, it canceled."
Mm-hmm.
Ah, and we're like, "Great, super cool." It's 9:30. But I mean, so Fridays can just get a little crazy. But I'm trying to be here more. But we have, I'm just, yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I ran out of steam. I ran out of gas on that one.
I mean, I totally get it. I've been traveling for like, there was a point where I
You've
was
been
like,
all over.
I was like, which city am I in?
Yes.
So
That's a horrible feeling.
yeah, it was, and I was like, I was in and out of hotel rooms, and like I was starting to feel, a little bit disoriented. Toronto is, I have now seen more of Toronto than I care to ever see again in my life. That city is a cesspool. It
A
is
cesspool.
it is
Dang.
it is disgusting, and
There go our
You
5
should
listeners.
come
from
down here,
Toronto.
buddy. You should come down here sometime.
it's gross, and everything is like triple the price. And yeah, 2 nights in the Chelsea hotel was $630.
Ooh.
So
And that's
Can-
Canadian. So that's
Canadian.
like
$5
like $3 grand.
American.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought you guys were more expensive up there. Like I thought your 300 was like our...
No.
No,
It's
our
different.
600 is
Oh.
like your 400.
Like when I buy a
Oh.
book at the store,
Oh,
it's
right. You're
like
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
$20 American, and then it's like $40 Canadian.
Yeah, pretty
So
much. Yeah, so yeah, it's been crazy. Toronto was actually nice. It was nice. We ate a lot of good food, and I got to see a lot of colleagues that I hadn't seen since before the pandemic, so it was like a really nice reuniting with some of the experts in my field that
I'm
I
sorry that I'm laughing,
work
but
a
I'm
lot
just
with.
thinking of the Witcher, the TV show, and the meme. I haven't seen you since the plague.
Yes, exactly. We were joking that it was like BC before COVID and AC after COVID, and
Nice.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Nice.
Um yeah, no, the presentations and everything went well.
Good.
I think I might be heading out to Halifax in November for Diabetes Canada.
Oh,
So we'll see
cool.
what happens. Yeah, but yeah, it was a whirlwind. And then I ended up getting like sick in the last week. I had a
That makes
terrible
sense. It's all
cold.
the traveling.
Yeah, so I have this cough that is like pretty lingering, but it was nice to see some family too.
Oh, that's good.
Spend some
I'm
time.
glad you were able to get in some time to see your family, and you didn't spend the whole time just working.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it was that last week I was like no work, none
mhm.
whatsoever.
So,
Yeah.
so I know that like with what you're doing and studying, and you're kind of in this weird position. I don't still fully understand. Does someone like pay your expenses, or is that someone you?
It depends. So
Oh.
this last blitz of conferences I was
Mm-hmm.
speaking at. So
Oh, so you got
so I my hotel and accommodations and flight and everything was paid for.
like food and
Um
everything?
well, food's at the conferences, but anything outside of that
Oh,
is
got
you
it.
pay. I
That's
mean,
your
they give
responsibility.
you a $25 a night per diem, but I'm
Oh.
like that. What am I gonna get with that? Like a pack of gum? Like so.
Yeah. A single crouton and a glass of
Yes,
water.
I'll have some water and lettuce with nothing on it, please. Um,
Dip the lettuce in the water.
yes, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's good to be home. Yeah, I'm
Good.
tired though. I'm tired.
Good, good, good.
Now it's the mad push to get everything done. But we should
I'm
probably do a show.
super glad to have
Hmm?
you back.
I
Yeah.
know it's so nice to be back.
I've really missed you.
I missed you butt faces. Yeah, we should probably do a show. Oh, by the way, the show is sponsored by
Yes.
Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of Weeges of Coffee Blend, and $2 from every purchase of that blend goes to the Children's Miracle Network. Don't forget to tell your friends about the show. Get them to join us live Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/Weeges of Games. And if you missed the show, that's okay because we post it to various podcast platforms. And if you want to get involved in the community, you can go over to our Discord, and Shalene's going to tell you how to join the Discord.
You can join our Discord by clicking the link on our Twitch page at twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. That link is live whether or not the show is. And yeah, join the Discord. There's always all kinds of stuff happening in there. It's a wonderful community that I am super glad to be a part of. I just like nobody's ever mean. Like everybody's just cool
We
and
can
talking
change
about
that.
nerd stuff. Shut up, Rick. Fix your bot, by the way. Fix your bot.
Ooh, shots
What's
fired.
Um,
wrong with
Shots
it
fired.
it
now?
doesn't work. None of the bot functions work anymore. None of
People are
them.
really mad that they cannot get cat gifts.
And also, I added a Dragon Age channel because there was Dragon Age news, and I'm obsessed. So join me in the Dragon Age channel if you would like to. Um, I just completely lost my train of thought
If
there.
you would
Yeah.
like to get
Discord.
unlimited notifications for life.
Yes, unlimited notifications.
I was working away this week, and all of a sudden my phone's like bling 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 bling. And I looked at Discord, and it was Dragon Age notifications as far as the eye could see. My phone, I'm pretty sure, was 10
Oh.
pounds heavier with just sheer Dragon Age notifications.
It was like when the Samsungs were exploding. That's what was happening to.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, yeah, but we will dive a little deeper into the Dragon Age news later. Yeah, that's it for Discord. Join the Discord.
Okay. Yeah, what else? What else do we have to talk about? We got some news. We got some gameplay. We have a little bit of stocks to update you on, and then we have a bunch of Gamestack challenge photos and some screenshots to talk about. And I love the screenshots and stories, but I also really love the Gamestack challenges because they've been backing up for like a month, and I'm excited to go through them. So. But let's hop into the news with this just in. Doon 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 doon.
All
Doon
right.
doon doon doon. Boom boom. Doon 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 doon. Sorry, we have no bumpers, so you get me.
That was the best bumper ever, and that's actually probably going to be a special feature for the video folks because I was planning to just dump in some bumpers in the audio.
Just randomly dump them in.
I could just put them at random places. Oh, that would be so funny. The listeners would hate that. I won't do that. As always, shout out to Joseph Tao. Thank you for helping us to compile the news every week so that we don't lose anything. We're going to start out with not E3, Summer Game Fest 2024. We have an IGN article by Michael Kripe, not to be confused with Michael Stipe, about everything that was announced at Summer Game Fest 2024. So I thought we could just go through this, give a few thoughts on what we've seen, and yeah, just go from there. And the first thing that they showed right out of the gate was Lego Horizon Adventures coming to PlayStation 5. Lego Horizon Adventures seems like a strange choice for me. I'm not entirely sure who the audience for this is. Because
It is a weird one.
Horizon it's not necessarily a super mature franchise, but it's
No.
also not a
Silly?
franchise full of childlike joy.
No, it is not. It is really not. The only I would say the thing I'm looking forward for this is the Lego sets that may or may not happen.
Yes.
Already they have the long necker set that I really would love to have because it's cool, but it's also very expensive.
Are you gonna play this game? Like, is this something that appeals to you?
No, I haven't even touched the second one yet.
Yeah. Vendor, I know you've played a bit of Horizon. What do you think of a Lego interpretation?
I don't think anything of it.
You don't think about it at all?
Nope, not for a second.
It is a weird choice. It's a
Isn't it?
I've never
And
been a
weird
fan
choice.
of things being made into Lego. Like,
And it might be fun. It might be really good. I don't know. I really liked a bunch of the Lego games back in the day when they were still kind of a new thing.
mhm.
Yeah.
But I feel like this seems like an odd franchise to interpret into Lego. Things like Batman and Star Wars work for Lego because there are 8 billion characters.
Sure. And like, well, you can also like play around with a little bit of the lore there. It's not as, I mean, you can get dark, you can get silly. There's a little bit of both there, but like Horizon is like the whole world has been destroyed. Here we are.
We're in this post-apocalyptic hellscape with robot dinosaurs.
Happy fun time, everybody.
Yes.
Legos. So it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
It might be fun. I won't judge it. I haven't played it, but I don't understand who the audience is. I don't understand. We've got a comment from Manny 11701 in the chat. And Manny says, I love the Horizon franchise, but I was also so confused by the announcement. I wonder if there's a different market outside the US that loves Horizon. And maybe that's the case. Maybe...
Yeah, Germans. They're like, oh, this is silly. I love this so much.
Yes. I love
as they
Rick's
smoke the
German
cigarette.
voice.
That'd be the craziest thing.
It's like it's not just German, it's just a little bit gay.
It's just the drama, the comedy is perfect. I went a little French there, but yeah, maybe that's what it is. But like I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I'm sure it'll find an audience. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
it's
I'm
got to
sure
be
it
on
will.
Nintendo too,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. I
Mhm.
think they are planning to put that on the Switch as well. It was very notably not on Xbox, which I thought was petty and hilarious. We're no Horizon on Xbox, no Aloy for you.
Console
Um,
Wars. Pure
and
Steins of Aloy. Oh, I would love that.
the next thing that was shown was Quidditch Champions. So it's just a Quidditch game for Harry Potter fans. This will be on PC, Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, everything
Mhm.
on September the 3rd, 2024, and it sure looks like Quidditch. Um
That's what it should have been called. Sure looks like Quidditch. This is the Star Wars pod racing
yes,
game for Harry Potter fans. It really
exactly.
is.
Exactly. I really just I kept thinking that I wished they had presented this less like it was like fantasy Harry Potter, yay,
Hmm.
magic. And I wish they had presented it like it was a Madden trailer. Just like,
Oh, yeah, that'd have been great.
look at, play as Victor Crumb,
Oh no.
That would be good.
train in Quidditch coach mode. And just, I wanted
Oh
it to be like,
no. No. Oh. I
I,
hated when games started doing that. Like Gran Turismo is like, oh, here's B spec mode. You get to watch your car drive around for you, and you get to coach the driver. Good job. Slow
yeah,
down. And it's like, why would I?
I
The
would
whole
have
point's
been
to drive.
I would have been 100% more interested in this if it would have looked more like Madden or FIFA or something like that. Just it happens to be wizards on broomsticks, which I thought was hilarious. And also, J.K. Rowling can eat shit. Um,
Oh no.
and the next announcement was No More Room in Hell in early access that will be arriving this Halloween. And this is a first person shooter zombie situation. It's very
That's
gory, very
original.
brutal. I know we've never seen anything like that.
Looks like Left 4 Dead.
It does look so much
I
like
don't.
Left 4 Dead. I was
Fine.
taking notes about it, and my notes were like, maybe this could fill the Left 4 Dead shaped hole in my heart.
It
Like,
looks bad too. Like the graphics don't look very
no, they're
good.
not very good. They're not
Okay,
very
whatever.
good.
We can.
But
Boring.
we got a new trailer for Star Wars Outlaws. And this is, of course, the upcoming open world game from
Mhm.
Ubisoft, where you will play as a scoundrel instead of as a Jedi.
Ooh,
So
exciting.
the
I'm kind of
protagonist is Kay
excited about this
Vess.
one.
Hmm. It looks cool as heck. It really, really does. Um, what do you guys think of this one? Is this something that tickles your fancy?
Oh
Star
Like,
yeah,
Wars. Where's the
100%.
Star
I'm
Wars?
definitely interested. I enjoyed the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor game, as clunky
mhm,
as Survivor was, and still kind of is. Um, and I can look past. Like, I'm not one of those lore nerds as far as this like gets upset about like canon and what Disney's doing or whatever. Like, I just get more Star
mhm,
Wars, and it's fun because it's fantasy. And so, an open world game where you can be an outlaw, I'm pretty
mhm.
stoked on.
I feel like maybe this could be the space cowboy game you've been looking for.
You know, I keep waiting for it, man. Like every time I think it's gonna be, I'm like, Outer Worlds, gonna be Outer Worlds. Play Outer Worlds. I'm like, all right, not this one, but the next one. And it's like Starfield. Starfield's gonna be it. Maybe not Starfield, maybe the next one. Although they did just release like the expansion for the Trackers Alliance bounties.
Hmm.
So I have to give that a shot. But yeah, maybe Outlaws will be the I just need a protagonist that is voiced by um Nathan Fillion. And
Hmm.
like then I'll be
I
happy.
I think
Like
you just need somebody to make a Firefly
it
game.
just,
That's what you
yeah,
really
but it
need.
can't be Firefly though, because it'd be awful. It needs to be tangentially Firefly.
So it needs to be like Lightning Bug, right? And
Sure, but like
and they can be
ODST, but not
like
Halo.
gray coats.
Right, yeah, yeah, lady. But like ODST had a bunch of the voice actors from Firefly.
Hmm.
Like you could be like that, just not Halo, you know?
ODST was so good though.
It was really good.
It was so good. Gosh, that's one of those games that every time somebody mentions it, I'm just like, oh yes, ODS. Let's stop everything we're doing and go
And go
do
play
another
it, but then you
playthrough of
realize
ODST.
then you have to install that 100 gigabyte like
Master
Halo
Chief
package
Collection.
thing, and you're like, I don't even know
No.
how to launch the game now. I don't even. That's when I. That's how I know I'm getting older. Is when it's like a package deal like that, and I'm like, I just don't even
Hmm.
know how to play ODST. I've
Hmm.
installed this thing. I thought I played the game. Can't.
Yeah,
These
that's
new fancy fangled systems you boys or girls are playing with these days.
You're not, dude. I had to ask a coworker how to turn my phone off.
You know what? That's actually a really hard thing to do,
I
Rick.
couldn't figure out how
you
to
know.
turn it off.
I tried turning my phone off one day and I just ended up restarting it.
I kept taking
Also,
screenshots.
I wanted to reset my phone the other day and I couldn't figure out how to restart it. And finally I asked Siri and she did it for me. She
Ooh,
was
that's
like, are
smart.
you sure you want to do that? And I was like, yes, please just restart my phone. And she was like,
You're
okay.
Ooh.
definitely more advanced than I. Yeah. Yeah.
I still felt very dumb.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But like
I
this
need to turn this thing
right
off. I can't.
right even
Yeah.
as we speak right now, I'm trying to figure out how to turn off this tablet. I'd have
mhm.
no idea how to do it. How do you turn it off? I know.
Apparently, the new thing now is holding a volume button and pressing power. That brought up the power
That
thing.
makes no
That on.
sense.
I know
Perhaps
because that's how I got into the
But I guess
bootloader on my old phone.
that's the
I don't
only
know.
buttons you have on the phone anymore,
Don't
you know. But
know.
remember back in the day when there were
You just
like
hold a
86
button.
buttons on the phone, like the phone was sideways and there was like a full QWERTY keyboard on
yeah.
the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
It's the slider, man. Anyway, we're
Oh gosh. Well, you know what else you could use your QWERTY full keyboard for? Playing Sid Meier's Civilization 7,
Heh.
which will be coming to consoles in
what a good
2025.
segue.
Yes, Firaxis Games and 2K announced this long-awaited strategy game. We were expecting a big announcement from 2K in an established franchise in our last show, and I think I guessed that it was going to be BioShock, but no, it was
Mm,
Civ 7. So come to
okay.
PC and consoles in 2025. It was an atmospheric trailer. There was no real gameplay.
Can
So
I ask you which article you're on because I'm so lost in the news right
I'm
now.
on the IGN one, the very first article.
Okay, thank
The
you.
very first one,
Yeah, we
yeah.
just started.
Okay, got
Yeah,
you. Got
scroll down to Sid Meier.
you.
And yeah, it looks like Civilization, sure looks a whole lot like a Civ game. I haven't played a
Cracked the
Civilization
case. Oh
since there was
no.
just the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, never
Hmm.
played it, so
Yeah.
don't know.
I
No.
okay. So one of the games that caught my eye on this was Skate, right? Did
There's
you
a
see this?
skate game, excuse me?
Yeah, yeah. The images on this are pre-alpha and they're glitches. Why is that on there? Um,
Brilliant.
but yeah.
Still
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to turn this tablet off, by the way.
We'll reach the end of the show and you're like, got it.
Got it. Got it.
Um,
I would have skipped this next one because I'm just not interested in it, but it's such a horrible title that we have to go through it anyway.
ooh, what?
Dragon Ball colon sparking exclamation point zero.
That is so bad. Wait, it's just the graphic that has that. The actual official name, well, what it looks like doesn't have that exclamation point. Nope, it does. That's bad.
That's really bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It launches on October the
Okay.
11th, 2024 on Steam, PS5, Xbox. So if you like your Dragon Balls sparking, um, there you go. Check it
Nice.
out.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh.
everything else from this doesn't look very.
I got really excited about the next one very briefly. Batman Arkham Shadow.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. I was watching this trailer. I was like, yeah, more Batman Arkham. And then they were like, MetaQuest 3 exclusive. And I was like,
Ugh.
oh,
Ugh.
yeah, it was just a
Ew.
collective wince.
Ew.
And I
So,
know there are plenty of VR players that are going to have a great time, but I'm not one of them. So,
mhm. One of the games I wanted to mention, friend of mine's playing, actually Screamer in the chat. He got the Once Human demo, and this game kind of piqued my interest. At first, I wasn't really sure because it's like another MMO buildy kind of game, and it's like how many of those can you have? but it really does look like they took like the Division engine and
Yes.
gameplay style, and they put in monsters. And I was like, well, what kind of monsters are they? And he's like, well, it's like instead of like in Prey, where the mimics take the shape of things, then turn back into mimics, it's they turn the objects into monsters. So it's
Hmm.
like it still looks like a bus, but now it has legs.
It's
And this
like
has
evil
me,
Kirby.
yeah, this has me like super, super interested in it now. So,
Hmm.
um, especially like I like the idea of like taking inanimate objects and making them like a thing.
Hmm.
So, and plus bus monsters look really creepy and I like that.
I also thought that one looked really, really neat.
Yeah.
Definitely interested in that one. Oh, let's see. Cruise through some of these. Some of these are super boring.
Yeah.
Power Rangers Rita's Rewind is the next
Oh,
old school style beat 'em up game.
it's a beat 'em up.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure that'll be super fun, and a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for the Power Rangers.
Of course.
Um,
Oh, so it's actually bit too. Like, well, like 16-bit.
uh-huh, yeah,
Hmm.
16-bit.
Hmm.
And let's see. I feel like there are a lot of these that we just don't care about and are not going to talk about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like a bunch of them. Ooh, Alan Wake 2 got some DLC that was released like right away. So there's that.
Rick, are you gonna
Um,
play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
I don't
Because
know,
you played the
man.
first one, didn't you?
I
And you were
did,
I
but I
like,
never beat it.
enjoyed your stories from that
It's true.
so much.
Yeah.
They were
Like when I was like,
iconic.
let's go make a potion. I can't read. Okay. So maybe
oh, so a lot of it was like incomplete.
no, like so your character can't read. So all it is just jumble
You have
letters
to
and
learn to
books.
read.
You have to
Oh,
learn how
that's
to
right.
read.
That's right. That's right.
And it's like I didn't know that. I opened up a potion book. It was like word salad or letter salad, really. Um, it's hard to go back to that game. There was a coworker of mine actually was playing it, and we both discussed on how like if you walk away from it for a month and come back, you're like, I don't even know how to
May as
fight
well start
anymore.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a very if they refine as much as I love the combat system, if they refine the combat system a little bit, I think make it just a smidge more arcadey, smidge, just a little bit.
Hmm.
I think I'd be more apt to stick with it, but the combat just got to be so just frustrating at times where I was like, man,
Mm.
I can't fight three people. It's just, it's
Hmm.
too, it like clunky and it just didn't, yeah. So I'm definitely interested, absolutely interested because I thought the concept was very, very good.
Hmm.
Yep.
Indeed. Valorant is going to be coming to consoles. So if you're a Valorant player, there you go.
Blah.
Let's see. Some other things that we don't care about much at all. More of those things. Scrolling. Wander stop. Nope, that's not the one. It's not the one I was looking at.
Um,
Pal
so,
World is getting a new island.
oh, okay. A lot of people like
Yeah.
Power World still.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Pokemon and guns. It's fun to watch some people
Mhm.
play too.
Monster Hunter Wilds is going to have cross-play on all platforms, which is very exciting. This game is expected to launch in 2025. Monster Hunter games are consistently pretty good. So
This New World Eternum, slated for the October release for PC and consoles, this looks
Yeah.
like a cross between Assassin's Creed and Ark,
wow.
right?
You know,
I'm not wrong.
I
You know what? You're
I
not
wa-
wrong.
I
It really
really
does.
wanted New World to be better than it was.
By the way, Archon's still bitter at you
I
for
know, I
abandoning
know,
him.
I know.
Yeah. Hmm. I hear about it every few weeks. So yeah. Let's move on
Games.
to our next article. We are going to talk about the Xbox Games Showcase.
What a
And
slugfest this was, man.
whew, I thought they
Yeah.
killed it. I thought they
Oh
killed it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So
Oh,
they
I have to do
opened
my
up
job.
with Age of Mythology. Well, they opened up with Call of Duty, but they also closed with Call of Duty, and it sure looks like Call of Duty. Do you have any interest in this in Call
Are
of
you
Duty?
just
Black
saying
Absolutely,
Ops
I
Call of
do.
800,
Duty? Are you just saying Call of Duty just to
872.
say it? Like,
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
okay.
Call of
So
Duty.
There's a few reasons that I'm really interested in this because Call of Duty Black Ops 1 was so renowned for its setting and its story.
Hmm.
And just the way that like you interacted with different things and just different mechanics. So the fact that they're doing a Black Ops 2, I think has a lot of people excited
I thought
about
this
what
was Black
possibility
Ops
of the story.
6.
It's Call of Duty 6 technically. It's literally it's the second Black Ops. There's like
Are you
I think it's the
me?
I
second.
thought they already had the second Black Ops.
Maybe it's Black Ops
I
3.
thought
It's
there were
there's not
several
6.
there are
It's
multiple
not Black
Black
Ops
Ops.
6. There's
Okay.
no way.
How many Black Ops games are there? Click. Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Black
3?
Ops 4, Call
What?
of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
I don't know
Okay.
about
I
you,
didn't
but
realize
Boom!
there was that many.
I don't know about you, but Call of Duty Black Ops Brie sounds really delicious.
I did not realize there were that many. I should shut up now, but I won't. I just think it's a nice return to story form. That's all.
Yes, thank you, Hobbitbot. Hobbitbot is confirming Black Ops 6.
Mm.
It's too many. It's too many. We got to look at Avowed, and I think it looks really good. I just I was watching it, and it looks very different
Mhm.
than the initial reveal did.
I
And
know.
I was
It really
not
did.
that interested in the initial reveal. But this
Really?
game, I was looking at it and I was like, this looks like something I would play. And then they were like, Avowed. And I was like, oh, really?
See, it switched for
Now.
me because Avowed looked a little bit more like I wouldn't say realistic, but less like cartoony in
Yes.
the reveal, and I'm like, hey, now. And then I was like, oh, it looks a bit like Outer Worlds. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna try it. Absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah. I
Absolutely, I'm
think it
gonna give it
looks
a shot.
good. I think it looks good. And I feel like we're in for some really great RPG writing in this game. I feel like we can count on that from
I
Obsidian.
hope so.
So, yeah. Doom: The Dark Ages. I did not understand what I was looking at for a little while in this trailer.
All I could
Doom
think of
guy
was
had
Tim.
like a furry coat and a shield, and
Yeah.
when I did realize that was Doom guy, I was very excited for Tim.
Yes, me too. Same thing. I was like, Tim is loving this.
Mhm.
He gets to go to the Dark Ages and kill stuff as Doom. He's gonna be so happy.
Yeah, it looks graphically very beautiful, and
Mhm.
it looks like it sure is a Doom game. Um,
True.
I mean, Doom is not for me, so I feel like I'm not
Yeah.
the person to give commentary on it. Um,
Agreed.
have
But
you
you know,
played much of the Doom games?
no, it's
No,
not my thing.
yeah.
I
Yeah, I know
appreciate
Vendor
it, but it's not
hasn't.
my thing.
Okay. When this one comes out, we'll have to have Tim on so he can tell us
He's
about it.
just gonna gush for
Yes.
3 hours.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, that's why we
And
invite
it'll be
him.
great. It'll be
So,
great.
that's like one of my favorite things is to hear people just absolutely geek out about the thing that they love. Like, I love that. I love
Mm.
that. Okay, we also got a new trailer for Fable. And it looks like the Fable reboot is they're just completely rebooting. It's Fable. No numbers, no subtitles. And I'm hopeful, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna have that same feeling as the previous Fable games did.
Oops.
Um,
I
it's
hope so.
definitely. I hope it has that whimsy and sense of humor. I hope it's there. I loved the Fable series so much.
Hmm.
And I feel mostly optimistic after this trailer. Um,
Yeah.
I definitely need to see more.
They did, with Fable 3, they did kind of set themselves up for a bit more of a darker.
Mhm.
I hope it's like a dark comedy. Because, like, you remember Fable 3, like, you're like, overthrow the king and you lead the revolution. You're like, yes. And then they're like, here comes the real hard choices.
Yeah,
And they are
now you must
not good.
rule.
And
Yeah,
it's dark. And at the end of it, you're like,
every choice
oh,
is bad.
so many people are dead.
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot of blood on the ground. Like, it was rough. And so I feel like I would like to see a dark comedy, like where like not like The Witcher, but in that kind of vein, where it is very
Mhm.
like, here's a terrible choice, but everyone's just kind of so jaded that it
Mhm.
becomes
Mhm.
comical. I kind of want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, but we'll see what we get. Vendor, have you spent much time with the Fable series? I feel like that's not something you played.
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
Hey, we're good.
Um, all right. So the next one I got really excited about. It looks like the new Gears of War game is going to be a prequel featuring young Marcus and young Dom on E-Day, Emergence Day, when all of the shit hit the fan and the locust began to spring from the earth. So I'm really excited about this, partially because I'm very attached to the characters of Marcus and Dom,
Mhm.
and partially because it looks like it's going back to the feeling that Gears of War 1 had. The later Gears of War games are very much actiony, shooty, but Gears 1 was at its heart a horror game,
Hmm.
in my opinion. And of course it did have those shooty mechanics, waist high cover. You're doing the third person shooter thing, but the vibe was definitely horror.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going back to that.
Which Gears was it where you get up to like the mad scientist area and it was like all pitch black and like the dudes had like tentacles and stuff. Like, and you're starting to figure out how the locusts were made or something like that. I remember that was pretty freaky. I forget
I
which one it was
don't
though.
remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Did you play
But
5?
I didn't finish 5. I only played the beginning of
Okay.
5.
Yeah,
That
me
was
too.
that was around the time that I stopped finishing
Yeah,
games. Was
everybody was
around the
doing
time that
open
Gears 5
world.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
mhm. I've
Well,
heard
good.
that the story of 5 was not the best, but
I didn't
yeah.
finish it
I'll
either.
never know. I'll never know.
Me neither. I'll watch a YouTube recap maybe, but
But yeah, I think that E-Day looks really good. I'm excited for it. I want to call up my old Gears of War buddy Katie and hopefully play it with her.
nice.
Hmm.
We also got a very lengthy trailer for Indiana Jones and the horrible title.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. So stupid.
Indiana
The
Jones
Great
and the
Circle.
Great Circle. That's the best they could do. Really? That's the best they could do.
So dumb.
The
I hope
Great
it's one of
Circle.
I hope it's one of those things where like the title will make more sense as the game
Hmm.
progresses. But this is me very intrigued. Really does.
Hmm. I'm hopeful for this one too.
Is that Marcus Brody?
What?
It
I
might
thought I
be.
thought that might have been Marcus Brody. Sorry. I just watched The Last Crusade today.
Yeah.
Ah,
Because Indiana Jones is like one of my favorite franchises. So
I
Yeah,
just
I
finished all of the movies.
finally, for like the first
Yeah.
time, right?
Mhm.
First time. Yep.
And
The only reason that Crystal Skull is not the worst one is because of that lady in Temple of Doom does not shut up the
Willie.
whole time.
Mhm.
Oh my God. She just doesn't close the damn mouth. Jeez, I'm sorry. Like
Willie's horrible. Everyone hates Willie.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Yeah.
do it.
I
It
don't
was
think
such a
Indiana
good movie
Jones
too.
even liked Willie. Yeah, but
He should have just let that cage drop down into the lava, just
hmm.
like ended it. Like, it slipped. That sucks. I was still possessed. But yeah. The newest one is actually really good too.
The
That was a good one.
newest one is
I've seen it
actually
Very
yet.
really
good.
good. I
I'll have
think
to check
Very
it
good.
out.
they tried Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and they overdid it with the CGI and people were like, "No." And then they made this new one
Yeah.
and they totally redeemed themselves.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
That's
The
great.
worst part though of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, in my opinion, was the big giant reveal at the end. It was so dumb.
I don't even remember
Just
it. See, I
the
like blocked it out of
UFO and
my
the
memory.
aliens. It was
Oh,
just
that's right.
I didn't even
so
remember
dumb.
there was a UFO in the movie,
Yeah.
which shows how much impact that film had
Yeah,
on
that's
Yeah.
the
me.
thing. Like I blocked it out
Yeah.
of my memory because I was
Hmm.
like trying to cope with how traumatizingly
Hmm.
terrible it was.
And it
Um,
clicked, man. I was like, Gladriel? No. That was Kate Blanchett. She was the main bad girl. I was like, that doesn't make sense. She diminished into the West. How is she here?
anyways, this Indiana Jones looks pretty good.
Doesn't.
It does. Yeah, it looks promising. Machine games, they're great. We love them.
Mhm.
And they know how to make a game about killing Nazis.
They do.
So
I'm excited.
yeah, I think this has potential. I think the character model for Indiana Jones is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did such a good job with that.
I love
Yeah.
that 80 years
Wait a
later,
minute.
80 years later, we're still making things depicting the killing of Nazis. It is, we live in a
It's
great world.
timeless.
We
It's
Well,
live
they
in a
made
great
such a
timeless.
world.
big fuss in the 30s and
Favorite
40s.
pastime.
Mhm.
But why are they
Yes.
having? Wait a minute. I can't really see the trailer with the window in the way, but it looks like they're using.
With the window in
Why
the
are
way?
they using British Sten guns and American trench shotguns? What?
I mean,
What?
I'm more concerned with their fashion, but
Mhm.
Okay, maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. Maybe it's like a underground faction of Nazis, but they're using non-German weaponry.
well, maybe the circle is not so great.
Well, I wouldn't have noticed any of that and don't care at all. So that doesn't affect my perception of the game one little bit. So
Okie dokie.
Flight Simulator, they've added hot air balloons. Have they always had hot air balloons in Flight
No, this
Simulator?
is new.
Yeah, I want to do flight
I don't know
hot air
about this.
balloons in Flight Simulator.
I think
It
that would
looks
be a
like a
lot of
good
fun.
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Yes. It's
I
gonna be
mean,
great.
I flying some of the little planes in Microsoft Flight Sim is the best. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
best. Like the big Boeing commercial airliners and stuff are pretty good. Um, I wish my computer could run this. It can't run it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So,
We both
anyways,
need to rebuild, but
I'm hoping after I finish my PhD, my gift to myself will be a new
It
graphics
should
card
be.
and because I
be
have the
lovely.
motherboard, it's going to be obsolete pretty soon if I don't do something with it. Like
You've had that thing for like 2 years back there.
it's
Wait,
bad.
you bought a motherboard and then
Well,
just
I
like,
started buying components, so I bought a new tower and I bought a motherboard, and then the funds dried up.
oh no,
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
Mhm.
yeah, but
But
the motherboard is going to be good for a long time. It was like
mhm.
top of the line, like way ahead of its thing. So
Flight Sim looks absolutely brilliant. They keep adding stuff. It keeps looking magnificent, and I hope that Flight Sim players love it.
yeah,
And we
it
can
looks
expect that
fantastic.
on November 19th. So, the next thing is Perfect Dark. We're getting, it looks like a full reboot.
This
I
was a
think we're just
surprise.
ignoring what's happened before, and it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleased with this. I wasn't 100% sure it was Perfect Dark at first, and I remember thinking, this looks like a great shooter. Like, I'm down. This looks fun. And as soon as she spoke, I was like, And then I saw Carrington in the top corner in text, and I was like,
Now, see, I never played the original. I never played any of the originals. So
yeah, I've
this,
only played the one, just Perfect Dark on the
this,
Nintendo 64, and I
yeah.
played it a lot.
I'm looking forward to this. Really, it looks really nice. It has a bit of an Aeon Flux vibe for me, where it's like an agent is inside of the
Mhm.
futuristic city and she has to infiltrate it. So I'm on board.
I think it's going to be good. I am very, very hopeful about it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's gorgeous. Look at this. It's gorgeous. It's been
I'm a
so
fan.
long since I have been in love with a shooter, and I think this might be the one for me. We
I hope
saw
it's
some
good.
more of South of Midnight, and
Oh,
the
this looks
first,
so good.
yeah. Um,
Wow, really?
yeah.
Wow, okay.
It's
I'm a bit
it's the
surprised.
cartooniness that turns you off, isn't it?
I,
Yeah.
maybe,
Mhm.
maybe.
It looks so good.
The first trailer for this, when she's like making a deal with the devil at the crossroads, I was so on board immediately. So definitely going to give this a chance. Um,
Nice.
I'm not sure how I feel about the giant fish. Um,
Figured they would have had you at the giant talking catfish.
mhm. Well, I mean, nobody likes being catfished. So
Touche.
Oh man.
Touche.
But I am still very highly interested in South of Midnight. Inject it directly into my veins. It looks really good. Really good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is going so long. State of Decay 3, but I'm so
Oh,
excited about so many of these. State of Decay 3 looks great.
it really
It
does.
looks so good.
Yeah.
Just one banger after another with
Yeah.
Xbox Showcase.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Shadows looks amazing.
Yeah. I like the black and white finishers it looks like they're gonna do in
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed. Um
Yeah,
I
it's really neat.
if we're I mean we got a ways to go, so we should kind of
Yeah.
I am really I'll just say a couple that I'm really excited for. Stalker 2, great.
Yes,
Looks
it looks so
fantastic.
good.
Really looking forward to that. Looking forward to checking out Skyline Valley in 76.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater reboot.
I saw that and thought of
Best
you. Yeah.
the best Metal Gear Solid that they had ever made. And the final fight in new graphics is just going to be so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited for that. Atom Fall looks really intriguing
I am
for
so
me.
interested in Atom Fall. I think it
Yeah.
looks like it has the potential to be a very good game.
It
Mm.
looks really interesting. I don't even know the premise of it, but it's I mean,
Well,
I
Vendor,
don't.
Atom Fall is inspired by a
Thank you.
real-world nuclear disaster that occurred in northern England in 1957. The game
Oh,
follows a fictional storyline where you find yourself in the quarantine zone 5 years after the event.
okay.
So,
I like the time period. Clearly, I love it.
mhm.
I
So,
like that there's robots.
mm.
Oh, look at this guy in this hat. That's cool.
It's a good.
Did we see that?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Back.
like kind of like he looks like a crow, like he's wearing like feathers.
You know,
But
it's
yeah,
giving me kind of. Oh, look at that hat, Shalene. It's
little
so cool.
It's
Bioshocky too.
magnificent. It's
Honestly,
magnificent.
It's like BioShock meets Far Cry.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a great way to
Anyways.
say it. Yeah.
Far Cry.
I do want to shout out Expedition 33, which I thought looked really, really cool. Turn-based RPG. And it's about this whole art situation where this painter is painting, and as soon as she finishes her painting, like bunches of people die. So you're on this quest to stop this lady from finishing her painting. And it's just such a wild premise for a
Yeah.
video game, but the aesthetic is magnificent. It looks really cool. Really, really cool. So
What did you guys think of the Life is Strange?
I'm so excited. I'm so
I
Max
haven't watched the
Caulfield
trailer.
is back, baby. Yes, Max Caulfield is back. So we're definitely gonna have to pick up our Life is Strange.
She looks
Once
a little older too.
that's because she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's a
Days
little
of Our Life is Strange has to come
Mhm.
back.
little
Those were
grown
fun
up.
to
Yes.
watch.
for sure. I am so excited to revisit this character and her story. Like we're so attached. Oh, I cannot wait.
I mean, we almost need to like restart what we stopped in the middle of.
Yeah, we are gonna have to restart, I think, the other game
Yeah,
if
because
we want to go through.
I mean,
'Cause I don't even remember.
the only thing I remember is like a record shop and there was a cat.
Mhm. There was a record shop, and I remember we went spelunking.
Oh, oh yeah. And the
Yeah, we
kid
went like rock
didn't
climbing.
like a kid wash away in the water or something, or I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I
we had
kind
to
of remember
rescue a
that.
kid, I think. So let's see. They showed a few other things. There's like a glitter Xbox coming out.
What is this mixtape? Nothing but the hits.
Mixtape is like
Oh,
it looks
this
like
game.
a 90s nostalgia love letter kind of thing.
Cool. Like it.
Yeah. And there was this amazing trailer for The Elder Scrolls Online that made me nostalgic for all the good times in Elder Scrolls Online that I haven't even had. Like, oh my
I couldn't get
gosh.
into ESO. I really couldn't, fortunately.
And of course, I think this is the moment that I'm going to take to talk about Dragon Age: The Veilguard. The reveal
Right.
trailer was very much it didn't give us much to go on, the reveal trailer. It was introducing the different companion characters, and it looked kind of like an Overwatch trailer. And the internet was big mad. They were upsetty spaghetti about this trailer because the art style was too silly and
Internet's mad about
um,
everything.
yes, the internet was
Mhm.
big mad. But the next day they had a gameplay reveal where they showed us about 20 minutes of the game. And I think those people need to stop being upset because it looks like Dragon Age and it looks really, really good. And Varric has returned. Of course, Varric is one of my favorite characters in the history of Dragon Age. He's brilliant. These new companion characters look great. We're picking up the story that Inquisition left off, and looks like we're diving in a little deeper. You'll notice here the baby griffin here with the Grey Warden character. Uh, the Griffins came back in one of the companion novels to the Dragon Age series. And I have been waiting for the next Dragon Age to see if that will affect the games for so long.
There
And
you
now I can
go.
finally see that it did. So,
Shalene,
what?
I have crippling depression.
we're back. It only took me 55 minutes to figure that out.
Nice. Amazing job, my friend.
Carry
Amazing
on.
job.
Carry on.
Yes.
I feel like Dragon Age Inquisition should have been about like Spanish Inquisition.
Um, I think there was some Inquisition undertones to it. There were Inquisitors, weren't there? I don't. It's been 10 years since we've had a Dragon Age game.
Oh, it's been that long?
It has been 10 years since we've had a Dragon Age game, which means it has been about 9.5 years since I have played a Dragon Age game.
Jeez.
So I am pretty sure that I am going to have to replay the entire series in preparation for the Veilguard. And you guys should prepare for this franchise to become my entire personality for the
That's
next few
fine.
months. So yes. I'm sorry to break it to you, Archon, but you're going to be a widower for the next little while because
That's funny.
yes, I'm very, very excited for the Veilguard. So
Excellent. Very good. I immediately thought of you and Jess about when that popped up. I was like, our
I am
our community is gonna be happy.
so excited. I think it looks really good. And I think let's leave it there. I had a couple other articles in here, but we've been gone for a while on news. So let's.
One thing I want to point out about most of this stuff is
Mhm.
that did we notice that the majority of the games that were announced are coming this year or next
Mhm.
year? Instead of
Soon.
like coming in 2035. And it's just like,
Yes.
what?
Hey, look, here is a single concept art with a title for a
Yeah.
game that we might bring you in 10 years. I'm
Yeah.
looking at you, Bethesda. I'm
I
looking
couldn't
at you.
believe how many titles that were coming out, like I said, this year or next. And
Mhm.
as far as Xbox is concerned, they're available on Game Pass day one.
Mhm.
And I am very excited for this and very happy that like I genuinely think if they can pull off most of these titles, 2024 and 2025 are going to be great gaming years. For
Absolutely agree.
especially for single player. A lot of
Mhm.
these games are single player focused. And I
Mhm.
think that's a nice change of pace rather than like here's a battle royale, here's another battle royale, here's an open world battle royale.
Oh,
It's
look,
just
a
like
5v5 hero shooter.
yeah, and it's like I'm kind of happy where this showcase seemed to kind of push away from that a smidge. Or if
Mhm.
it is a multiplayer game, it's like State of Decay, or it's like a more co-op-y kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I like how we're going in that direction just a little
Mhm.
bit.
Mhm.
I also noticed that this year at the Xbox showcase, they brought back the guy who says exclusive in his very deep voice. He wasn't there at last year's showcase, and it bothered me so much. I ended it and I was like, something was missing, and it was exclusive
It was the
guy.
exclusive guy.
Yeah, but he was
Nice.
back, baby. So, exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Mhm. And that's it. That's all I've got.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm looking forward to the next few years.
Same. I'm gonna play so many video games. It's gonna be great. I might even finish a couple of them.
You think you'll finish the Dragon Age?
I don't know, Rick. It's been a while since I've finished a video game, but I am like feeling the video game drive.
Ooh.
I've been on more of a reading books kick for a while now.
Lame.
I mean, shut up. But I definitely feel the drive to play video games. So
Good. Excellent. All right.
So is that the news then?
that's the news. Yeah, I've been trying to end the news for like 6 minutes now,
I'm
Bender.
sorry.
Yeah.
Are you're waiting on me? Is that
Keep
what
this
it is?
train
I am,
rolling.
yeah. You're the host of this here gig.
Sorry, I'm like really okay. So the next segment is what is the next segment? Screenshots and stories. Stocks. And touch portal's not working. How come it worked and now it's not working?
My gosh.
Do the stocks, Bender.
Sony closed out at 82.22, down 44 cents. Microsoft up $36.61 at 442.57. Nintendo closed out 10 cents lower at 13.40. Take-Two at 158.96, down 16 cents. EA up $6.46 at 135.98. Tencent closing out $1.81 higher at 48.11. And Roblox Corp closed out $1.94 higher at 35.10. And those are in comparison to the previous time we would have reported. And if you didn't report it on the last show, then it would have been sometime in May. So that's probably
We
why
did
we have
report
a
it
bump
on the last show.
Yeah, we did.
So
Shalene,
then why did Microsoft bump up like $40? Jeez.
I don't know, because they had a killer Xbox
did.
showcase.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
Shalene, why were you leaning so close into your camera? Like,
Well, I was trying to read and my eyes are old.
oh,
So
I thought there was something that you couldn't believe. So you're like,
no,
let me
I
get
was reading something with my
Okay.
elderly eyes.
elderly.
Elderly eyes. Okay.
Awesome.
Mail stack?
Do we have anything in Mailstack?
We do. We have a bunch of mails.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have. You've got mail.
So RTZ came through for us like he always does.
Oh.
RTZ said, "Hey, yeah, I heard there will be a show. So time for a question. Following the recent release of Kingdom Hearts on Steam, which I haven't got much knowledge of, I'm curious, what children's IP would you like to see as a full-fledged title? Fun even for grown-ups. Aladdin in the style of Assassin's Creed? Bluey in the style of GTA? Forza Horizon Flintstones? Shout out to Family Gaming. So what children's franchise would you guys see as a video game? And what type of video game? And I have my answer immediately. So I'll go ahead and do that while you guys think.
Yeah.
So there's this book series, this children's book series called Redwall. And it's about like anthropomorphic animals, like little mice and moles and stuff, and they go on adventures. It's like it's kind of like Game of Thrones for children. If instead of Targaryens you had mice and stuff like that. And I would like to see this in the like a Telltale game. I think a Redwall Telltale game would be brilliant. So
Rick, what about you?
I would like to see a horror game based off of scary stories to tell in the dark.
oh wow,
that's a good
The
one.
artwork in that, chef's kiss.
Mhm.
I would love to. Oh, so terrifying. It'd be
Yes,
so terrifying.
that's a good one.
I honestly don't know, you guys. I just
Is this because you're a robot? So you
I
were
never
never a
had a
child?
childhood. Yeah.
You were just made in a factory somewhere.
Mhm.
I had a slinky once, but I straightened it.
Jeez.
Childhood. Maybe
Banjo
like
Kazooie, but with the Bernstein bear.
yeah, maybe like
Let me read the
Like-
community
like-
response.
okay. Yeah, yes.
While you
yes.
think, let me read the community response from Jessica Starr. She
Ooh.
says Sesame Street in the style of a Mario Party game, but good.
Yeah.
The neighborhood is the board, and various characters pop up. Ridiculous mini games based on segments, plus trivia
Jeez.
squares, and you could choose from kid and adult levels. Second option, and why has this not happened yet? He-Man and She-Ra fighting game. Classic characters, special
Oh,
moves.
yeah.
Tila versus Evil Lyn. It has so much potential. It
Okay.
really does. It really does.
Okay. All right.
I
Mhm.
would say Magic School Bus in the style of Life is Strange.
Oh, that would be so
Yep.
good.
Yeah, with like Miss
Yep, that's
Frizzle
a
and
good
the
one.
lizard. Yeah. Yeah.
That would be so
And you
good.
go off and you do these crazy adventures like
Mhm.
swimming through a colon or something.
Everyone
would love
goes
it.
to the colon. Like every time I hear anyone talk about Magic School Bus from back in the day, they always go to the colon episode every single time.
Well, it was pretty weird. It was pretty weird, my
did
guy.
all of us get
was-
universally traumatized
I mean,
by
if you
looking
had
at
a
the
choice,
dripping shit coming off of the top of the colon? At least that's what I
Yes.
remember.
Ooh. Okay.
And Arnold
Um,
died. Didn't like
Did Arnold die?
that? Wasn't that always the joke or something? I don't know. It just everybody goes to the colon, and I
Hey
just thought
Arnold.
that was funny. Gosh,
That's a
such a
different
good
show.
show. Such a good show. Yeah. different
Okay.
show.
We do have one more mail, and it's from Sater, and this
Mm.
one is a response to something that was said in last week's show.
Ooh, hopefully it offended.
So a little bit, it sounds like. So
Now I feel bad.
TLDR, SC, meaning Star Citizen, is no more culty than most fandoms, and while it has been in development for a while, given the scope creep and other factors, it's understandable. And while it does have its problems, spraying Musk on us is just insulting. Musk meaning, of course,
Did I make the
Elon
comparison?
Musk. You must have, yeah. I'm sure it was you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me that did that. And scope creep is a good point, Sater. And this is a lengthy email, but I am going to go through all of it because I think it's worthwhile. Is Star Citizen a cult? Sure, in a way it is a cult, but it's built around the games of Chris Roberts. But all fandoms are culty, which is a good point. All fandoms are a little bit culty.
Sure.
And I don't think Star Citizen is really that different. To give some context, my perspective, over the years, I've been playing Star Citizen. I have spent an objectively silly amount on this game. Not enough to see.
He's the one that spent the $40,000 secretly.
Not enough to see the Legatus pack, the $45,000 one in the store.
See?
He says no. But I would
Uh-huh.
definitely be considered a whale by the community. I'm also an evocati, which means I get the privilege, of testing early builds before they are put out to the wider community to test. So my opinion definitely comes from deep within the cult. It's easy to look at things like the Legatus pack, sans context, and say scam or cult or whatever. But you don't need to spend any more than $45 on Star Citizen for a starter ship and game pack. Everything else you can earn in game. I didn't know that. That's important to know.
You
Okay, I did not know that. Yes, currently there are wipes that come with new patches that can reset your progress,
Sure,
but those are
fine.
getting rarer and they are working to preserve people's in-game ship purchases. New ships have a 3-month exclusivity window, generally a patch cycle. Then they are available in-game. Every subscriber flare that is added to loot tables 3 months after release. That's good.
Sure.
On the timeline of Starfield was in active development for 7 to 8 years with a team of 500 plus people and a slightly modified existing engine. And while the Cloud Imperium Games has grown to 1,000 plus people, it started with a much smaller development team and having to heavily modify develop a new engine. And most of development maintaining a live service for people to play. Does Star Citizens have problems? Sure. Chief among them, scope creep. What was originally going to be like a privateer experience where you can fly down to a certain landing zones and do business turned into being able to fly down to a planet, circumnavigate it, landing wherever you want, and then flying out of the atmosphere again and travel to another moon, planet, space station, or star system as a seamless experience. If anything, Star Citizen is the best example of why. And I say this as someone who works as a creative. Creatives need someone to impose limits. Also,
Someone just needs to say no.
Also, there's the single player Wing Commander like game they're developing in parallel. Okay, I'm done white knighting for now. I apologize for the link. Thank you for the wonderful shows throughout the years and happy Pride. Happy Pride to you as well and to everyone out there. And thank you for writing this in. You're really the only player perspective we have on Star Citizen.
Yeah, and it's
Well,
a
I
good
was
one.
I
It's
was
a good
fixing
one.
to say that we should all
Mhm.
get Star Citizen and play like 30 minutes of it,
Mhm.
or
Um,
like maybe
This
an hour.
I feel definitely much more educated about what Star Citizen
Sure.
is than I was before. I do still think this game is never going to come out
Not. It will not.
in a final form. There we will never see its final form.
Mm,
Um
I think this is a marketing thing. If they would have been like, here's our like what we want to hit to call it released,
mhm.
and they don't do that. They just keep moving the whole like thing down. And so I guess where I get a little confused is like how they've raised so much money, and it would just be kind of cool to see where that money goes. You know what I mean? Because it's
And
like,
maybe
come
you
on,
can. Maybe
it's
they
one of
do
the
release that
maybe.
information.
Well,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Like I swear it's got more money than
the
GTA behind
IRS definitely is watching them,
it.
right? Like,
I do think it's unforgivable that you can spend $45,000 on a video game in one transaction.
there's,
Unforgivable.
yeah, like it's a bit. I
It's a bit
mean,
much.
I wish I had that kind of disposable income.
If I'm
Did
spending $45,000 on a video game, then this Chris Roberts fellow had better come to my house and install it and rub my feet while I play.
Yeah, it's okay. I still like my musky comparison because that's kind of funny. Um, and also I don't think did I call it a cult?
I think you probably did, yeah. And I do think it is fair to say that most fandoms are a little bit culty.
Sure, but
Oh
I like
yeah.
Because
how
I
I
mean
like how Sater was like, it's not a cult. Well, it is.
it's kind of a cult.
When that game first came out, I thought it was really awesome and I really liked the idea of what they're doing until it just became a meme of itself.
Mhm.
And like I want it to be good and I want it to work and I want them to hit the goals that they want to hit. But I mean, it's like at some point you have to release a game because then again, what am I saying? Because no one stopped buying things for it. So maybe it's just
Mhm.
a live service constantly developed MMO and
Okay,
that's
Sater is
fine.
in the chat right now with us and says, I can write another dissertation with some context for that if you want. And I think he means for the $45,000
Sure, sure.
transaction. Yes, please. I would like that
Yes,
dissertation
write
and
it
we'll
in.
read it next week.
Real, real
But
quick.
go ahead.
No. Just we'll finish this up, but because I'm about to change the subject a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fair to say that most fandoms are a little bit culty. I mean, look at the
Sure.
Bethesda Defense Force
It's
who comes out with every
100%. You are correct.
yeah. And yeah, thank you for sharing
I
and
mean,
keep those Star Citizen screenshots coming in. They're gorgeous.
They are very,
while
very
we're
pretty.
on the topic of writing
Mhm.
dissertations, can you just write mine for me too, please? Thanks. That'd be great.
Yeah, but and if you're out there, listener, in Listenerlandia, and you have similar opinions on something that we've talked about, write in like Sater did and tell us about it. Give us the context. Tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love this.
But
We
first
love hearing from the
tell
community.
us it's okay to be wrong, because that
Oh, it's
softens
okay.
it. It softens it a little
It's
bit.
always okay to be wrong.
It's not always okay to be wrong.
It's fun to be
but
wrong. In gaming context.
Yeah.
In this context.
Yes. Let's not
Yeah.
get carried away.
Definitely write in.
Yeah, so that is mail. Let's hop into what the community is playing. We've got a backlog of screenshots and stories. Right. Okay. So, first we're going to start off with screenshots and stories, and because we've only got a few of these, I believe. This one here is from Taz. He says the dairy for the new ranch is looking forward to the arrival of newborns in the coming months.
I want baby calf pictures, Taz. I expect baby calf pictures.
He also posted this one, says horses and sheep will likely arrive in the coming spring. Wool from the sheep will be used for products on the ranch. And oh, that was the wrong photo. This one. And then he posted this one as well. It says, into the second year of operations at WJLG Ranch and Vineyard continue. The newly built carpentry shop has been completed to make furniture used and sold at the new WJLG location. Lumber used in the shop comes from nearby forests. That way, responsible forestry practices are observed. And he has the shop and this sort of okay. So he's got his truck is jackknifed on a power pole. And then on the other side of the street, in front of the shop, there's just a random pile of logs in every different direction. And anybody who has done any of the forestry in Farm Sim knows how terrible moving logs is in this game. It's actually impossible. So I appreciate that.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I don't know if Taz reached out to you guys, but he did tell me that he's planning to do maybe some videos of WJLG Ranch and Vineyards. So definitely we'd love to see those. Link them in the Discord. He asked if we had any guidelines, and I told him basically just don't make money off of anything with our name.
Yeah.
And
Because
otherwise
we
have a
aren't,
good
so you
time.
shouldn't either.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So
this one from Vod. Vod says, enjoying a sun shower in the Commonwealth with my robot friend. And he's standing there in his power armor with what looks to be a Gauss rifle, maybe? I'm not sure.
yeah, I think it is.
And
I think
Ada.
I think that's a laser Gatling.
Is it? It looked like a Gauss to me. Because remember the Fallout 4 wasn't like the Fallout 3 one?
Yeah, but I don't think he held it that low.
Maybe. I guess it could be a laser Gatling.
No money's on laser Gatling.
Is
Arjun,
this,
can you confirm or deny?
is this a
What is this gun? Come identify this gun. That gun.
Gatling laser.
Gatling laser. Okay, we have
Ultrasight Gatling laser.
ultrasight Gatling laser.
They look
It's
the
from
same.
4.
Oh, 4?
you got
This is a
y'all
4
y'all a
screenshot.
bunch of nerds,
Gatling
okay?
laser.
Okay, this next picture from Frankie, she says, if on the title screen in Elder Scrolls Online you spin your character, they become increasingly done with you.
No,
And
this character has her hand on her forehead and she just
She's
looks
just
so frustrated
face
and
palming.
tired.
I forgot what game it was that when you spin them, they get dizzy and frustrated. It was this one.
That is hilarious.
And then a obligatory screenshot of a field of sunflowers for Shalene.
So lovely.
And this is a screenshot of her and some other player, both on horses, riding off into a field of sunflowers. It's very nice.
It makes my heart happy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then we have give me a second here to reload up
Some
the
Gamestack challenge.
We have some Gamestack challenge photos. And Shalene, what was the challenge?
Okay, so this one ran for a long time and it was bugs. It could be literally a bug in a video game, like an insect, like a rad roach, or it could be bugs as in things going wrong, as you see on the screen now. Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh, oh my gosh.
So this challenge
It's
has been so
spaghetti
good
fried.
that we just keep going back to it because like that's just the way it is.
Mhm.
There is another photo actually that I had here.
This one is magnificent. Who sent this?
I think this was hang on a second.
Well, this one's a Fallout 76 screenshot, and it is of a Scorched, and his neck has completely spaghettied, and it's like 7 feet long, his neck.
Still kind of
Flying
staring
to
at
the
you
side.
Yeah.
And the head is staring at you, and it's so silly.
This is Vod Knockers. He says, my first screenshot from Fallout 76 a few days after launch.
Brilliant. This kind of thing still happens, by the way.
Okay, so this
He
one
could have fooled me.
This one is
Oh, this is you, isn't it?
me playing with Shalene. We were doing the Mr. Handy Horde Ash Heap event, I think. No. This was with robots, yeah? Yeah.
Mr. Handy's, yeah.
Oh.
And you can see the Robo Brain tactician just stretched out like taffy. rolling on the floor.
Jeez,
And
so
I'm in the
good.
background in the pink suit, and he was just cackling, and I didn't understand why until later when he showed me this clip.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Blindside glitches.
So good.
And then I had this glitch when I was playing with Jess, where I had the like the fire that comes out of your rifle.
Barrel of your weapon, yeah.
Yeah. It like stuck there on the screen. So when
The
I put
muzzle flash.
when I
yeah,
put
just
my
stayed.
put my weapon away, all you could see was just this flash of something in the like. It's so good. Yeah. I actually had to restart my game.
I've
to be
never
able to get
seen
rid of
that one.
that. Yeah. We have we have this we have this one from Sully. Sullivan Sevens Racing. He says Stretch Armstrong in Fallout 3. And
Jeez.
yeah, this is an image of a body on the floor, and it is very stretched out.
All the way to the ceiling.
Yeah,
I can't even tell. Is that an arm? What is that?
I don't know.
Oh Lord, that is. Oh gosh, I love video games.
It must have been a ghoul.
And like the proverbial coffee
Maybe.
beans at the perfume counter, Daddy-O submitted this screenshot. He said, I'm not sure what the latest
Ooh.
challenge was, but this sunrise I found in Starfield to be really nice.
This
So
is beautiful, Daddy.
There's no video game bugs here, but it's
That's
a nice
okay. It's a
palette
great
cleanser
screenshot.
for yeah.
Is that a Triceratops?
I don't know what that is.
No, like Starfield's creatures are a bit like No Man's Sky, where they're just kind of like
Generated.
stuck
Random,
together bits of
yeah.
other things. They're not as random, but they're definitely like stuck together
Mhm.
bits of animals.
Jessica Starr posted this one. I give you the
Oh, I
Cazador,
hate
the
those
insect that we
things.
all buzzed about at one
Gosh,
time or
I
another.
hate those stupid
Oh.
things.
And I like her punny buzzed about. It's very good. The Cazadors. I still have nightmares about them.
And that stupid glitch where they stick your companions, and if you give them stim packs,
Mhm.
it kills them faster.
Yeah.
You had to like stim them or give them anti venom and fast travel, and then they'd heal themselves. Mm.
Then we have this one. Alex says playing
Ooh.
76 and thought she had only one arm. And I don't know who this is. Do we know who this is?
Oh my gosh, this is just a random NPC, I think. Just a responder NPC.
Yeah, responder NPC.
She looks like an amputee. Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I'm surprised there aren't many more amputees in games.
Well,
There should be.
She
I
provided
mean-
us another photo. And nope, she's just picking her butt.
But that's interesting, though. Like, you'd think in the Fallout universe, somebody would have lost an arm at some
Mhm.
point
Or a
and been
leg.
like, it's.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, like anything. And then, like, had like some really cool,
Yeah.
interesting prosthetic.
It would make sense that more NPCs would have that kind of injury. but-
Well,
You never
and
lose limbs, but you die.
Mhm.
did we talk about in the second episode of that other Fallout show how they like
have we gotten there yet?
we did
We
episode
haven't
Did we
done
do that one?
episode 2.
We did episode
Yeah, we
2
did.
with
We did
Dave.
episode 2 without you.
Did you?
Yeah,
we did it with Dave. Remember, I
Oh,
told
right,
you that
you
we
did.
missed you, so
Yep,
that's
that's
why I
right.
didn't want to do one without Vendor.
They stick
Right.
the fake
Mhm.
foot on the guy. That's
That
like
was horrible.
It's like the meat grinder.
Yeah.
And it like juiced his leg. It was
did.
ooh.
It did.
Anyways.
I can't see how that was any better than the old days of doing it.
Okay, the last submission for the Gamestack challenge is my submission, and it's called
Ooh.
Starch Beast. And Shalene and I were fighting a Scorch Beast, but the Scorch Beast went a little bit starchy. So it's just floating around there in the air,
Oh my goodness.
not really going anywhere. And yeah.
I have never seen that.
Yeah. Look at it. It's very.
You remember when I had that deacon
wings
glitch
are
in Fallout
flat.
4? This is
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where it just strikes a pose and moves around.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Yeah, it
So
was a good
brilliant.
time.
Archon coming in with some reality in the chat.
What'd this man say? Oh, he's right. I mean,
He said
not
many
wrong.
amputees probably don't survive long in the wasteland.
Stim
Touche.
packs. Stim packs. Stim packs are magical. You can get shot in the heart and just, stick yourself with a stim pack and you'll be fine.
And Foot Dude should have had a stim pack on him.
Yeah. Like, why did they give him a stim pack? Maybe.
No, I don't think they did.
I don't remember.
Goodness gracious.
Anyways,
Starch beast.
the community has decided what the next GameStack challenge is going to be. In the Discord, we've gone back to hats. So submit your screenshot of hats. There's already an accumulation of photos of hats. And when I told Shalene this, she was 100% on board. So,
Absolutely delighted.
yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
So thanks to the community for taking matters into their own hands, or hats, maybe I should say.
They managed to keep it under their hats for a while.
Yeah.
Hats off to them, really.
Hats. God.
Okay, let's put a lid on it, all right?
All right. All right.
Tip of the hat.
Yeah.
Just brimming with anticipation
Ugh.
Mm.
for what we're going to see in this new challenge. Yep.
It's really everybody who posts is going to have a feather in their cap.
These puns are nope. I lost that one. Nope. I lost it. I was trying to shoehorn bonnet into like on it. Didn't work. Didn't work.
Right.
But they're so done with us right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm. Let's
He's
move
just
on
trying to
to our
collapse into his
gameplay.
bed.
Rick, what have you been playing?
Is there no stinger?
There's no stinger.
Oh, it's not working again?
It's fine. I'll cut this out and put it in post.
All right. So I've actually there it is.
Okay, we'll use that one.
Destiny 2. So the final shape came out, which is the ending of their 10-year-long story of when Destiny 2 came out. This expansion put an ending to that story. And it's very good. Very good. Before it came out, I was talking to my wife. I said, "Do you think they're going to stick the landing?" And she's like, "No, but it'll be fun." But they really did stick the landing. It was a clean ending. There wasn't anything like, "Oh, but there's going to be more." They closed off the big bad. They wrapped it up in a bow, and they're like, "This is the ending," and it was very good. Now, because of the giant war, there's definitely repercussions, and that's kind of what we're dealing with now. Some mop-up efforts and other people trying to pick up where certain bad guys left off. But as far as the light and the darkness and the witness and everything causing the collapse and coming back to try to cause the next collapse and stuff, all of that has been finalized now. And so Cade came back for a little bit, which was
So
really
he's
nice
not
to
dead
see.
anymore?
No,
He's still dead?
It's we don't you don't
Is he
know.
undead?
Not really. He's filled with light. He's completely filled with light, like a ghost. So I don't know what you call that.
He's a
and I-
force ghost.
Kinda, yeah, but still silly. I don't know. Do you? I don't want to do spoilers yet, but I don't know if anybody really cares.
Yeah, it's probably too soon to do spoilers because this just came
But-
out like this week.
So, well, Kim, yeah, but they did a really good job. And so when you go through the main story, you weaken the main bad guy. And then after you weaken the main bad guy, which is the end of the main campaign, you're like, well, he's not dead yet. So what's happening? Well, they released a raid over the weekend,
Oh.
6-person raid. And the raid was to weaken the witness's hold on the traveler. And so they'd always do a race for the end of the raid where they stream a bunch of people competing to who can beat it first. And when they beat it, it triggered a cutscene for everybody in the game. And when you logged
Wow.
in, they're like, this is the final push, let's do it. And then it led into the final battle. So the final battle was only unlocked when someone actually beat the raid. And it was pretty
That is
difficult. It
so
took them a few
cool.
days. Yeah. So Destiny 2's always kind of done stuff like that where a raid is triggered an event for someone else. So I've been playing a lot of that, but one of the things that Sater said in the email triggered a thing that I thought about. It has to do with video games. So I play Call of Duty every once in a while with my buddies, and when you log in, they're like, "Hey, there's a free item in the shop. You can pop in and get this free item. It's usually free skins or free banners or something." And So, because it's June and it's Pride Month, they're like, you get a free item in the shop. So I was like, okay, didn't think about it. And I click on it, and it's their Pride Month gift pack.
Oh no.
And it's some weapon camos and stuff, but it's like every single weapon camo is in one of the mm, color schemes. I don't know what you folks call it, vendor, but like, like the purple, pink, and purple, or whatever that signifies for the transgender community and
I
such.
don't even know what that
It's
means.
those. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's those color schemes, but they're so sparkly and shiny,
Oh
like
yeah.
just gaudy. And I'm
Loud
like,
and proud.
I'm like some exec at Activision was like, I don't know. What are the gays like? Sparkles and shiny. Give it
Put
to
some
them,
glitter on it.
And
It'll
it's
be
like, heaven
fun.
forbid that somebody in that community would like, I don't know, a rainbow camo, maybe like a beat up gun that has like their colors on it, and not something that's just and like it was
You
so
know,
gaudy and just like
it's more than just glitter and drag queens, you guys.
that's all they think it is, and they're like, here you go. It's like, and
Some of us
I
like plants.
yeah.
Some of us like earthy colors.
And like I had this idea of like, when does it stop being support and just goes right into like patronizing? Like, where's
Well, that's what it is, right? I've
There
never
is
I
a
think they crossed that
there is
line.
Yeah.
a point where it becomes discrimination all over again, right?
Mhm.
Like,
It
like
it goes so far, it completes the circle.
Mhm. Mhm.
So now, if when you have that gun skin on, everybody knows, and it's just
but
like,
like also I would immediately equip the sparkly pink and purple gun skin. You know I would. You know I would. I've done it before.
Yes.
Like, so yeah.
it just struck me funny that I was like, wow, guys,
Mhm,
nice try, Call of Duty. Anyway,
mhm.
uh, vendor, have you played anything the last few weeks?
Well, I've actually taken my Switch with me.
Oh,
Ooh.
So I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
nice.
It's pretty boring actually. I've just been doing my morning routine. So I get up and I look for all the fossils and I clean the beaches and I plant some stuff and I talk to everyone and then I sell everything. No, I go to the museum and then I get the fossils looked at so that they're worth more. And then I
Mhm.
stop off and I see Brewster and I have a coffee. And then I go to the cranny and I sell all my stuff. And that's really my morning on Animal Crossing. It's really sad. And
That's not sad at
That
all.
sounds
That is
great.
my dream life
I
right
have
It
there.
is.
I haven't seen Plucky in like 3 months because I've only been on in the
Ooh.
mornings, and that
She's a late sleeper.
she sleeps in till like 10.
Hmm.
So I don't get to
It's a
see her.
strange game.
Yeah, it's a weird game. Yeah. The other day I think maybe it was this morning or yesterday. Apple was all worried. She's when they walk around and they have that little
Yes,
cloud.
they're fretting. They're just
Yes, right?
fretting.
And I'm like, yo, what's up? She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, my home security situation. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't feel safe anymore. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So I gave her a frog. I just had a frog in my pocket. So I gave her this frog and she's like, this is totally going to help my home security sitch. And she called it Sitch. It's really cute. Apple is. She also had her Apple dress on today, by the way.
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
She
Is
didn't
it
have.
is it like a guard frog? Like
I
an attack
guess.
frog?
Yeah, maybe.
Just Could you
Anyway,
imagine
so
walking around?
I went over there this morning and she has the little frog on the table in that little plastic bin, like
Yes.
it's just there. It's so cute.
That's adorable.
She also had her Apple dress on today, which was really cute, but
Precious.
she wasn't wearing the Apple hat with it. She was wearing the strawberry hat. And I
Mm.
was like, I thought you knew fashion.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Well, she's always going on about how she has the best fashion sense ever. Apple. Yeah. And then I went to Roswell's house, and Roswell's house is really cool because he has like this it's like a street food restaurant.
Mhm.
And it was so funny because I gifted him this carp, a fish. And when you give them animals or pets, they like put them in their house, right? But I forgot that he runs like a sushi bar, and so now this fish is in his kitchen, and the fish is totally traumatized because it sees the other dead fish that Roswell has cooked on the table, and he's like, this is what's happening. This is what's gonna happen to me.
When is it going to be my turn? And it never is.
Oh, it's so
Oh
good.
my goodness gracious.
And it's the best
Jeez.
because he's just over here looking at like, this cookbook, like, what recipe should I do next?
And that fish just has the 1,000-yard stare.
It's so good.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Animal Crossing's been pretty good. I did hop back into Zelda to try to do some of the DLC. I'm still making my way through that
Mhm.
hard part of the DLC, but I was doing some
Ugh,
other stuff
that's
as
so
well.
hard.
I feel bad because I want to hop into Tears of Kingdom, but I just haven't.
Yeah.
And then I did a haul in American Truck Sim with Raventron. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I met Raven's View in Ottawa
Oh, so you met
Oh.
him like in real life?
in person. Yeah,
That's so
Nice.
fun. So we can
Yeah.
now confirm that Ravensview is a real human being.
real human being. Yes. Well, I mean, we had him on the show, so it would have to be pretty good AI. But yeah, no, we went to the market and we had some lunch, and we walked around. We looked at some art. Yeah, it was nice.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so it was good to meet him in person. And then when I got home, we did a haul in American Truck Sim because the new Nebraska DLC is out.
Straight lines.
You would think it's actually, but it's not. It's
No?
pretty
Twisties?
good. It's
Oh.
pretty good, yeah. So
Nice.
anyways, that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing, Shalene?
Well, I have been playing a ton of Fallout 76 mostly. Also a little bit of Fallout Shelter and some of the new content for Usagi-shima, which is the bunny game on mobile.
Soggy
That
Shima.
yeah. They added some new bunnies and also a little game that's kind of like what was that game? It was like oh, I cannot remember what that game was called, but you were like flying through pipes. It was like Flappy Bird. It's a little bit like Flappy Bird, where your bunny just auto runs and you have to jump over stuff.
Yeah.
So they added that mini game and added some new bunnies and some new cosmetics. So I had to put new hats on my bunnies because there were new hats, which was exciting. But speaking of new hats,
Sorry, there's just a tangent. There's a mini game. It just jogged my memory. There's a mini game in Deep Rock Galactic called Jetty Boot, and it's like Flappy Bird.
that's so fun.
Yeah. Anyways,
So fun. I used
Rick
to love
knows what
Flappy
I'm talking
Bird.
about. He knows.
Actually, I don't. I haven't heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. But I have been playing a ton of Fallout 76. They released the new Shenandoah map expansion. And before
Gotta
that
check that
came
out.
out, I thought I need to finish the new quest lines that they added with Atlantic City. So I went through and finished those quest lines, and I really enjoyed it for the most part. At the very end, I thought it really kind of slowed down, and it was too much talking and too much slow walking to locations. But it was a satisfying resolution to the storyline. It was a worthwhile quest line to do. I felt good about it, got lots of rewards. It was great. There was meat week. So for 2 weeks, it annoys me a little bit that meat week lasts for a fortnight. And but I had fun doing meat week, and Archon and I won at meat week. We got all of the new plans.
Nice.
Yeah, we each got all of the new plans on the very last day. I took the time to do one meat week run before I went to work and got the last plan I needed.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
visited a camp that was right next to meat week, and in their vending machine for like 100 caps found the last plan that Steven needed.
Sweet.
So I was super excited about that.
Nice.
So that was fun. And I did jump into the new Shenandoah map expansion. I've done some exploring there. I think the atmosphere is really, really cool. And I definitely the new enemies are spooky in a different way than the enemies that we're already fighting in Fallout 76. They're definitely a different vibe. And honestly, it reminds me of Dead Money a bit.
Oh, really?
Obviously, you're not trapped there. So, you can leave at any time. But in terms of atmosphere, it reminds me a bit of Dead Money. So, that's definitely a thing. I've tried the 2 new world events, and they're both very fun. One of them is a major boss fight that has to be triggered by a nuke, and you fight 3 ginormous robots, and it was a really fun time. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I've been getting new plans and new cosmetics and stuff that they've had available. There are new rewards available in the daily ops, so there's a reason to play daily ops again. And I've done a couple of the quests with Archon. We're running through them together, and I like it. It's been a good time. It's just south of WJLG Lake, so from some of the new locations, they're just a stone's throw from my house at WJLG Lake.
Is that a bad thing?
So.
Is there going to be? Am I going to have new neighbors?
Not really, but you are very conveniently located to visit the new stuff. So
Okay.
yeah,
Do you have to load in, or you just walk down there?
you just walk down there.
Oh,
It's
I
just,
like that a lot.
it's
Okay,
just
cool.
part of the world now. And
Cool.
there's,
That's cool.
it's probably only about what, 15 locations, would you say?
Yeah.
Maybe 15 locations. So it's not a huge space, but I haven't explored all of it yet.
Oh, we
There
should
are little bits and
play.
pieces of lore. I had a good time. I'm looking forward to playing it some more. And I did actually go through the achievements that I have and have not gotten for previous Dragon Age games. And I've already like made a list and started planning out my next Dragon Age playthrough.
Oh
So
no.
seriously, you guys, like probably this game's going to become my entire personality for a little while. So
Okay.
Nice.
yeah, hopefully I'll start my new character over the weekend. We'll see.
I'm probably going to play some Deep Rock with Jess tonight.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we haven't played any games since before I left, but there's a new season and new content in Deep Rock, and it looks really good. All new creatures, new world types. Yeah, it's called Deeper Dive. So
Nice.
yeah,
Very
Yeah,
cool.
they also started a new season for 76, and this one's like Boy Scout themed. What are they called?
Oh,
Pioneer Scouts?
I was
Yeah,
really
it's
hoping
Pioneer
to get
Scout
through
themed.
some of the previous season a little bit more.
Yeah. And your tickets don't carry over, so
Mm-hmm.
that's unfortunate.
Mm.
Nice.
Well,
That's it.
Well, good.
I think that's a show.
I think it's a
Yeah.
show.
Any plugs or announcements? Next Friday, we will be talking about episode 3
I need
of
to
that
rewatch
other
that.
Fallout show. I'm very excited to hop back into it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So check that out, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. Don't forget, the show is sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of We Just Love Coffee blend, and $2 from every purchase of that blend goes to the Children's Miracle Network. You can email us at info@wejustlovegames.com or post in the Mail Stack channel in our Discord. You can join our Discord by going to our Twitch page in the About section. There's a link there. We're also on social media, kind of, on X at We Just Love Games, Shalene at Shalene L, myself at Vendertron N, Facebook.com/We Just Love Games, Facebook.com/group/We Just Love Games as well. And we're on various podcast platforms wherever you listen to us. Please like, subscribe, and review. Thank you all for listening. And Shalene, have you got a last word?
R.I.P. Bianca.
Good night, all.